Rockeyez would like to welcome Lena Hall of the Deafining. Hey, man, what's up?
How you doing?
Great, great, great. A friend of mine, Samuel Valentine, sent over the tracks that are off the new EP, and they're simply amazing. There's a lot of tracks I really enjoyed, and really not a bad filler track at all. Let's go into a little bit of your past first before we start. You're originally from San Francisco?
Yes, born and raised in the Haight-Ashbury.
Cool, cool. Now, what was the reason why to come to New York?
Well, I was doing a lot of Broadway, so I actually got a job with Cats on Broadway, and so I just moved to New York with that.
Cool, cool. Now, your first appearance actually was for the Pulp, right?
Well, that was like my first big singing thing, but I had been performing since I was a really little girl. I think my first ever performance was when I was 3 years old.
Cool, cool, cool. Now, you definitely have a long career already, and you're still very young. I mean, doing plays, off-Broadway plays, musicals, TV. Is there something out there that you haven't conquered yet that you'd like to try?
Yeah, rock and roll.
You're trying that now, So.
I'm trying. It's interesting when you find something you're passionate about kind of later after you've accomplished a lot. Like, I've accomplished a lot as far as Broadway career is concerned. I have a career that a lot of people want, but I didn't really know what I wanted when I did all that. So I finally kind of figured it out, and now I'm doing everything backwards. So I'm basically having my rebellion and digging into rock and roll and loving it now.
Cool. Now my favorite track off the EP or CD, whatever you want to call it, is Jessie, and I thought that song was amazing. I mean, it goes into drugs, anorexia, and she was a prom queen and whatever. But I mean, lyrically, how did the lyrics come to you, or anybody else in the band?
Well, it's actually a true story about a girl that the guitarist went to high school with.
Right.
So it's just kind of a what do you call it? Oh God, I'm terrible with words. I'm also dyslexic and terrible with words. It's like a
autobiography.
No. It's just like it just retells the story a little bit and kind of tells people, what happened. It tells the story of her bad choices, and if you make bad choices in your life, what can happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, another really good song is Central. Bert really does a great job on guitar on that track, and I really enjoyed his guitar work. Can you tell me anything about the lyrics on that song?
Well, a lot of these songs are autobiographical. I believe that it's just about a night of getting arrested and booked into central booking and what you experience there.
Right.
It's really shitty. But that song, I think, is mostly about the guitar riff.
Right.
The guitar riffs in that song are awesome. I think it's more of a band song than a singing song. It's
right.
more
cool.
Yeah.
But
I love it. It's my favorite one to dance to.
Right. Did that actually happen to you?
No, thank God. It happened to Bert.
Oh, wow. Now, the CD is called Central Booking?
Yeah.
Why'd you pick that name? Because of the track?
No, we picked it because of the theme.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of, when you think of central booking, you just think of dirty, disgusting. You think of being bad, getting into trouble, doing bad things. It's just we liked kind of the essence of just the two words.
Right, right. Now, are these all newly written songs, or songs from the past that are revamped or anything?
These are all brand new songs that we wrote just for the album. We started writing them about a year and a half ago. I think the first one that we wrote was Shakedown, Chinatown.
Right.
And, no, actually, no, that's a lie. the first one we wrote was I'm So Bad, and Destroyer. And then those were two new songs. We had been playing the same songs from the two EPs we had released before. We'd been playing them forever, and we kind of wanted to do something new and try and focus the sound of the band more, because if you listen to the other two EPs, it's kind of, the sound is kind of all over the place, so we don't really have an identity just yet.
Right.
And when we did those two songs, it kind of helped focus the sound and the look and the feeling and the vibe of the band much better. I mean, we had been also a band called Cocaine the Band, which was a joke band, a joke 80s hair band, like kind of pop rock, prior to that. And so we were still going through kind of an identity crisis. And so I think that with this new, like our first full-length album, I think that we've finally kind of found an identity for ourselves that we really like, and that kind of reflects how much fun that we have with the music and how much we enjoy it.
Right, right. I actually watched a video this morning of Coco the band, and like a Guido type guy was, MC, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. It was the idea of the old band was that we had been frozen, like cryogenically frozen, so it was kind of Austin Powers-ish meets kind of Spinal Tap. And all our characters, like the character that I played was Coco Kane, and she was British, and she was like a sex addict, and that's all she would ever talk about was sex and things like that.
Right.
And then, and so each of us had like a really, really distinct, over-the-top character, and the songs lyrically were really ridiculous. Good, but ridiculous.
Right.
We basically figured out that Cocaine the Band could never be really commercial. And for some reason, I don't know why, we decided we wanted to be more serious and try to make it as a rock band.
Wow.
But yeah, we still have fun. We still have like a big sense of humor. There's still a sense of humor in the band, for sure, and the sense of humor with our music, but we basically just do what we like.
Right.
And if other people like it too, then that's awesome. But we're basically doing it because we have fun with it and we think it's fun.
Cool. Now, your first EP came out in 2010, and I listened to it this morning and stuff like that, and I thought it was very good, very clean sounding, not all over the place. And even the next EP came out in 2011, which I thought was really good. This new CD seemed a little raw, which I like. So like I like the raw sound of the new disc, and a lot of energy. What kind of feedback you're getting from it so far?
We're getting a lot of really positive feedback. People like every track. They're saying to us that there's a lot of hooks, which seems like a lot of music hooks or whatever. That a lot of that's kind of lacking in rock and roll right now. And we wanted the album to kind of sound. We wanted our band and our album to feel retro, so that it could feel like we came out of like the late 70s or the 80s, like we actually are from that era, so it's like something that's vintage or, retro. We wanted to bring that kind of raw feeling back, kind of almost like the live recording feeling, right, where it's like you get a sense of who the performer is. I think that my vocals are done in like one or two takes, and there's absolutely no auto-tune or any kind of, there's no digital there's nothing digitally done to my voice. It's all just it's a raw performance, and that's kind of what I wanted, because I think it represents the band better, because we're a really good live band, and and to like make it digitally, to touch it too much digitally, it would take away from like the soul of the band or the soul of the music, the soul of the writing. I think, and that's something that I feel like that's being lost in the music business right now, is that everything I hear is just so overly produced and overly digital.
Right.
That it's like anyone can do it. It's kind of soulless. But the more people that kind of go back and do more live takes and take those live takes and like use like analog or old kind of recordings onto tape or something like that, it just brings a sense of warmth and a real sense of gives it like personality,
Right. I mean, I could even feel the early 70s, 80s sound with the song Evil that has like a Thin Lizzy type sound, and I really enjoyed that track too.
Yeah, Evil Kiss. Yeah, Evil Kiss is an awesome. Yeah. I love that song. It's fun. It's a lot of people's favorite song.
I like that track. Do you play outside New York City area?
We've played in Chicago and in Boston, but unfortunately for me, it's hard for us to get out and to do a tour because I'm working. I'm doing Broadway shows and stuff like that, so I have to make money somehow because it's really hard to make money in the music business. But so I do perform on Broadway, but the same thing, the thing that goes along with that is that I have income to like pour into the band, and so we're going to do some more music videos, and we're able to record more music and do what we want with the band because I'm able to like have a job and pour money into it instead of being desolate and touring around hoping people pick up on the fact that we're okay.
Cool. Well, I hope everybody supports Central Booking, and a great CD. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there before we end?
I don't know. Do you know what? Do we have any fans? No. I don't know. Just support music. It's actually well worth it. I don't know. And thanks for like listening to this.
Cool.
Yeah, and we'll be out with more stuff. We're not going to stop creating.
Cool.
We'll be out. Yeah, we'll be out with more stuff for sure.
Thanks very much, man.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Bye.